Yeah.
Normally I would train for something for a year, but with this show, I get like a few days, and then I have to try to do it.
Oh, boy. So what strategies are you using to keep your heart rate low? Like if you feel yourself freaking out, how do you calm yourself down?
I get out.
You just get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get out and regroup.
Yeah. Yeah.
David.
But that's the last dangerous thing I'm going to do like that. Ever.
That's it. Ever.
Yeah. Like that.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're alive.
And I feel like I did it in my show in Vegas. I was jumping from like the height of a 9-story building, landing in boxes, and I dislocated my shoulder. It came down to my armpit. But in retrospect, I think I was lucky because that could have been really bad. It could have been the neck. It could have been something else.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Did you get surgery?
No, I didn't get the surgery.
What'd they do? Just pop it
There
back
was an
into place?
orthopedic surgeons convention in Vegas at that time, so I had 5 orthopedic surgeons in the audience, and one was a shoulder specialist, and they all came on stage and he popped it right back in. So then I walked out to do the show, Joe, but my arm was all numb. It stayed numb for like 2 months, but I was going like this to see if I could get feeling back, and it fell back out. So I had to go back on stage. They popped it back in, and then I did the whole show with one arm. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's a bad one. I think that's when I got injured. Yeah. And my friend Doug, who's with the hat right there, when I jumped, he knew that something was going to go wrong. He bent over and took a heavy breath because he knew that was the one.
There's a gentleman named Yuri Prohaska. He was the UFC light heavyweight champion, and his shoulder dislocated during training. And his trainers tried to pop it back into place, and they were yanking on it, and they just destroyed his shoulder. They tore everything apart, just kind of pulling on it, and it ripped apart. The UFC doctor said it was the worst shoulder injury he'd ever seen.
That's crazy.
And he's fighting again next weekend. Got it repaired.
He got surgery?
Yep, got surgery, vacated his title, and now he's back fighting for the title next weekend.
Yeah, mine is still messed up.
Really?
Yeah.
Like in what way?
Well, I can't really work out or do anything the same way.
How long ago?
Maybe March.
Did you get an MRI?
Oh, many MRIs.
What's the damage?
No, it was really bad. I ripped
What's in
through the
there?
ligaments. It was bad. It came down to here.
Right. Why didn't they do surgery?
I'm like afraid of surgery, I have to say. Like horrified of it.
Why are you afraid of surgery?
I don't know.
You're not afraid of king cobras?
Yeah, it's crazy, but I'm horrified of surgery.
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah, you should probably get surgery. Specifically, which ligaments? I have a lot of experience with this stuff.
I have all the scans and the whole write-up of it, so I could show it to you.
And so it's just very weak and it's not
well,
stable. Can't
it
lift
just
anything
hurts.
overhead.
No, I can go overhead, so I'm good like that. It's just hard to like
Push things.
No, I can still do it, but not like I used to.
Have you ever gotten stem cells?
No.
You should get stem cell therapy on it. That could help a lot. I avoided surgery completely with stem cells.
Really?
Yeah, I had a full-length rotator cuff tear in my right shoulder. It went away. The doctor said it was extraordinary. He went to look at it 6 months later, and the tear was completely gone. He said, "This is insane." And this is just, yeah, they can do wild stuff.
How did you rip your rotator cuff?
Training, just jiu-jitsu.
Like too hard?
I don't know.
But it was a slow, or it was a one-time you ripped
It
it?
was, jiu-jitsu's, it's very addictive, and a lot of times you get injured, and you're like, I still can roll. I'm going to go back in. And you go back in with, like, fucked up discs and a tweaked knee and a fucked up shoulder. And I know a lot of guys that have some pretty significant injuries and they just can't stop training. They just enjoy it so much.
Right.
Stem cells could help you a lot. Specifically if you go out of the country, because they can do some wild shit that they can't do in America because of the FDA. I have some good friends that run a clinic in Tijuana. It's called CPI, and a bunch of my friends have gone down there, a bunch of UFC fighters. It can help you a lot.
I'd be so afraid, though.
Why?
I don't know.
Why are you talking about being afraid of that?
I don't know. Maybe because when I was
ridiculous.
young and my mother was sick and, that whole thing, maybe.
Well, this is what they can do with modern stem cells is pretty extraordinary. But unfortunately, the United States is very limited in what you can get away with here.
Right.
Yeah, they're constantly putting restrictions on it, unfortunately, for no reason. It doesn't make any sense. There's no downsides.
I feel like also just when I eat right and do everything perfectly, the inflammation all goes away.
For sure.
And then the pain goes away and it's much better. So,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely a factor. Yeah, inflammation's huge. It's,
Yeah.
and a lot of it does come from bad food. A lot of it comes from too much sugar, too much bread,
Yeah.
pasta, that kind of shit, ice cream, all that shit, all the stuff that's good. But yeah, afterwards I'll connect you with those people.
Okay.
Yeah, I bet it can help you a lot, and it doesn't hurt. I mean,
Oh, really? There's no
it's-
downside?
No, it's not going to hurt you. No, you'll go there. What they'll do is they'll do IV stem cells. They'll do local stem cells into whatever the area that's injured, and then they'll use hyperbaric chambers, which also accelerates the healing. They'll have you down there for a few days, and I guarantee you, a few months later, you'll feel significantly better.
Wow.
Yeah, that is all dependent upon what structural issues you have. Now, if you have
I know it
something
was
that's
really- it was
completely
pretty severe.
torn off the bone and it's not connected anymore, they can't help with that.
I don't think it's that bad because I can already do this.
Mhm. Sometimes you can do that even though it's torn because there are other ligaments that compensate
Right.
and other muscles that compensate.
And I still have a little bit of numbness down here, by the way.
Yeah.
But it
Probably
was
had some
really
nerve
crazy
damage.
because I was numb all the way to here for like months.
Yeah, that's nerve damage. It takes a long time for that stuff to heal.
recover.
And nerve damage is rough.
But I feel like I got off easy.
Yeah,
'Cause
oh
I
yeah, it
feel
could
like
have been your
back-
neck. Yeah, for
Yes.
sure. Right.
So
Yeah.
I feel like that was a good lesson.
Yeah, don't do that.
Well, not every night.
Don't do it, period. Don't do it again.
The
If you-
craziest thing was we only had insurance for the first 10 shows, and the injury was on the 10th show.
Oh, boy.
So Monday morning, the insurance company called. They said, do you want to discuss this new condition?
Yeah.
So that was the end of that.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah, don't do that.